Hello everybody, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back with an interesting video for you today. I'm going to be talking about Block 10, Module 2. I'm going to be talking about some of my reflections about this journey. You know, it's bittersweet right now for me. The fact that this journey is coming to a close here. I have a journal full of information. This course was challenging at times. You know, this last deliverable that we're doing right now was about talking about how I feel, what I've learned, you know, talk about some of my triumphs and some of my failures that I might have had. I need to analyze my kit, tell you about that. Did it do the job I wanted it to do? Would I change any items? Did any of the research that I did surprise me? Were things hard, easy, demanding? It says write these down and reflect, you know, what you would change if you were going to go forward. So I guess going back to the first part, you know, how did I feel about what I've learned? You know, I'm sitting right here on the same rock that I was sitting on when I started this course. Same rock. And but I'm not the same person. I've learned a lot in this Pathfinder Phase 1 system. It's been a challenge. It's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be much easier. There was some stuff that was easy and some stuff that was difficult. Some of the stuff that I found easy was the fire making. You know, the solar fire and the, you know, the punk wood and the elk dung, and you know, some of the fire stuff was easy for me. Even the blindfolded fire, which I've never done that before, but that was fun and that was easy. But it was a challenge in its own way because I'd never experienced that before. You know, I definitely had to think outside the box on a lot of this course. You know, at first I was really frustrated because the curriculum did not match what was on the DVDs, the videos. But you know, here I am sitting at the end and I'm thinking about it, and that was actually a really cool thing because it forced me to get up, to get out. It forced me to do research. It forced me to go, you know, look at books. It forced me to get, you know, knowledge and information and learn these subjects and these topics. The videos that were on the DVDs were amazing. It was good content, but it just didn't mirror the class. And you know, I still kind of feel the same way I did about, I wish the videos would have mirrored the class, but again, you know, it was good that it was that way, the way that it was, because it, like I said, it forced me to get out and it forced me to do the homework and to put the work in and to earn these skills and to learn these skills and own these skills. It was cool. Some of my failures, I didn't really have any failures on this course. I guess the biggest one probably that I had was when I made my signal fire for Block 10. I made a simple tripod in 15 minutes. I've never done that before, so I kind of felt like I was rushing myself, and my tripod burned down real fast. And I wasn't shy about submitting that video because I feel like it's not just a learning experience for me, but it's for you, my viewers. You guys can learn also from my failures. I think I should have had a lot more pine boughs. I thought they were going to be a lot smokier than they were, and I didn't want to create a false flag, so I didn't have as much pine boughs gathered to make my signal fire as I thought I would have needed, because I've never made a signal fire before. So I guess that might have been one of my failures. But again, I share that openly with you guys to view that, to learn from that, not just, you know, I'm not the only one learning here. I think if there's anybody out there that's on the fence of going through and doing this course or not, I think you should pull the trigger and go for it. It's a great learning experience, and sometimes, you know, the stuff that you see on film, I might have practiced that technique many times before I filmed it. And that practice might have happened before I even purchased this course. You know, like all the fire making implements, for example. I've always been into making fire and stuff like that. Friction fire might have been a neat thing to add, but that's a difficult task. That's a very hard thing to document on film. But I think that it's a good thing to know. As far as my kit, man, my kit was very well put together. I think I had the right knife. I mean, my knife is a cheap knife. It's a Condor bush lorer, and it held up all the way to the end. It's done a lot of work for me. It stayed sharp, and that was one thing that I was a little bit concerned with starting this course, because I knew that this still was not 1095, it's 1075. It's a little softer, so I was kind of curious how that knife would hold up. It did great. The stainless steel water bottle and nesting cup, those things worked good. I'm looking into my journal here to go back to my 10Cs and see what other things I had. That my combustion device, I didn't even use my lightning strike. I planned on it, but I didn't. I kept it real with the ferro rod. I used a regular ferro rod. Now, I originally was going to use a lightning strike, but I opted out of that. I wanted to make it a little more, I guess you could say, more across the board, because not everybody has a lightning strike. So I thought if I use a standard ferro rod, I would show more triumphs and failures if needed. My cover, my tarp, it held up great. I used it. Again, my container was a good one. A stainless steel water bottle worked great. I made char cloth in it. I boiled water. I did all kinds of stuff. Cordage. That's something that I'd like to talk about. I didn't use any paracord in this course. I used a ton of number 36 bank line. I used a medium amount of number 18, but that number 36, that's the one you guys need, in my opinion. My candling device, I used that at night, but it was mainly off camera, you know. My cotton bandanas, yes, I use those a lot. My compass, I did that for the navigational exercises, and those were fun. When I did lateral drift and all that, that was a lot of fun. Cargo tape, I didn't even use it. And my canvas needle, I didn't even use it. My canvas needle still sitting right here on the sheath of my knife. So the kit, yeah, it was a good kit. You know, and I got to thinking about that research that I did early on about Otzi the Iceman and the 18th century long hunters and George Washington Sears Nesmith, and the conclusion that I have, and I still have this same conclusion, is that they all had the 5 C's. Was I surprised by any of the research that I did? Well, Otzi the Iceman, I got like obsessed on that. I was like watching every video I could, and I really loved learning about that. I'd never even thought about that. I remembered when that happened. I think it was 1991 or something. I was in high school. And I really, the forensics that was involved, you know, and I'm still thinking that I'll do a video on that alone. That was amazing, some of the stuff I learned about Otzi. Wow, it was crazy. Now, some of the things that were easy or hard or demanding. Hey, get out there, buddy. He's drinking water over here. I think the most demanding thing for me was the timed exercises, or the ones that were blindfolded. Those were kind of demanding, but they were fun. I didn't feel that they were hard. I felt like the amount of time that we were allocated for those exercises was more than enough time than we needed. The ones that was hardest for me was learning about the wild edibles and wild medicinals, and I'm really glad they had that in the course, because I look at plants totally different now than I used to. I used to just walk by and I'd see a plant and I wouldn't even think nothing about it. And now I walk by a plant and I look at it. I might even take a picture of it with my phone, because I'm sitting here thinking, I need to look that up and see what that is. You know, and I bought 4 or 5 different books, you know, wild edibles, wild medicinals. And it's a ton of research. And another thing that I found very demanding when it comes to the edibles and the medicinals is that there's a lot of plants that look alike, and it's kind of hard to get the differences between them, and they're very minute, the differences usually. So what would I change? Wow, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'd change anything about the course. One of the frustrations that I had during the course was around block 7, when my shelter got trashed. Somebody came out here and just totally trashed my shelter. And that frustrated me, because I still have not released any information until I finish this last video that I'm filming right now. Everything is still held in private. I haven't released, so there's no way anybody could have known where I was. And I'm out in a very remote location. So that was definitely a challenge for me. And I don't think I would change anything going forward. One of the funnest things that I had in doing this course was bringing my daughter with me. You know, she really got kind of bushcrafty on her own, and we put together a 10 C's kit for her too. And she came out on several occasions. I'd say for more than half of this training, she came out with me. She's not with me today, but she's in school. But she came out quite often and enjoyed this time with me as well. She brought her hammock and she would make her own little fires, and she learned a lot too, because when we were at home I'd be studying and I'd be talking to her about things that I was learning, and she would be like, wow, that's cool, you know. So she really got involved too. She really liked it. In reference to the amount of time that you're allotted to complete this course, again, this course is 10 blocks, and each block is 3 modules, except for block 10. And they give you 13 months, which is way more than enough time. I started in January, and it's May right now, and I'm already done. And I just took almost a month off. So I think if you put your mind to it, and you have some sort of work ethic, you can get out there and get it done. I think it's not, you know, they give you more than enough time. So if you can't finish it in 13 months, there's nothing wrong with the course. It's something wrong with you. Yeah, I just, those times when I had to sit and reflect, the first time I did it, it was a little boring, and I was waiting for the thing to end. And the second time I did it, man, I was so in tune. Even right now, as I film this video, I hear birds. Hear that? It's just really opened my awareness to the wilderness. This course has been great. I want to say thank you to everybody at the Pathfinder School, Self-Reliance Outfitters, Dave Canterbury. I want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. This is a great course, and I'm very happy. I had a good time. It changed me as a person. It definitely made me open my eyes to a lot of things in the wilderness. You know, and it's not all about coming out here and trashing the wilderness to get your resources. You know, like you want to make a fire, you don't go down there breaking all kinds of stuff or making your shelter. You got to respect nature. You know, I learned that. I always knew that, but this course helped open me up to that too. And I want to thank you guys, my subscribers, my followers, the people that are watching my videos on this course. the ones of you out there that came with me on this journey. I want to say thank you for coming with me. I hope you guys learned something from my successes and my failures, and I hope you guys leave comments down below on all my videos in reference to phase 1. I hope you let me know what your thoughts are and stuff like that. Please communicate with me and let me know what you're thinking, and don't hesitate on going back and checking those videos out again and again, because there's some great content that I've filmed. I've done some good work on this course. I want to talk about a few items that I added to my kit that I think will be helpful for you guys if you take this Pathfinder Phase 1 training class. The first thing was my original 10Cs. I held it all in there in a 10-liter bag, and when I had my water bottle and all that added to the bag, I had to put all of that in a 20-liter size pillowcase. So the first recommendation that I would give would be a 20-liter dry bag, a sill-lined dry bag for your 10Cs. I think that would help tremendously. I think that would help a lot. So that's the first item that I added to my kit. The second item that I added to my kit was a couple 32-ounce plastic Nalgene water bottles. Those helped out a lot because when I was boiling water in my stainless steel water bottle, I was able to pour that boiled water into those Nalgenes and free up my stainless steel bottle to boil more water. So that's the second item I'd recommend, Nalgene bottles. Nalgenes, in my opinion, are probably the best water bottles that you can get as far as plastic is concerned. They're BPA free and they're good water bottles. The third thing that I added was a good multi-tool. I added that, and that helped out a lot because there was some times where I needed to tighten up things or, you know, cut some stuff, and I didn't want to mess with the blade on my knife, so I used the multi-tool for those tasks. The fourth item that I added that I think would be good for you guys would be a Baco Laplander folding saw. You might get a Silky or a Baco. There's a big debate between those two, but in either case, get you a good folding saw, because I think that'll help you out. The fifth item that I added was a good solid Fiskars hatchet with the aluminum, or excuse me, the fiberglass type construction, carbon fiber or something like that. It's a really nice little hatchet, and I used that a lot. I don't know how it'll hold up next to a fire, so in that case you might find like a good wooden axe or something like that instead, but some sort of cutting implement that will relieve your knife and your saw. But those are some of the recommendations, but the biggest one, again, that 20-liter dry bag, that's going to be helpful. Another thing that's good about that is when you get to your location, you can dump out all your gear, take that dry bag and load it with 20 liters of water, and then hike back into your location. You got water to purify. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, I hope that these suggestions help you guys out. I hope you enjoyed joining me on my journey. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. So with that being said, folks, I want to say thank you again for everybody out there. Please feel free, again, to leave your comments down below, thumbs up the videos, and if you like the content on my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And folks, until next time, have a beautiful day. Get out there and enjoy that wilderness, because we don't know how long it's going to be out here. You know, enjoy it. Take care of it. When you make a fire, put the fire out. When you make a fire, when the fire's out, before you leave, bury it. You know, take care of things like that. So, thanks for watching. Peace. See you later. Go out there and get you a Phase 1 training. And if you guys need any help If there's anybody out there that's doing the Pathfinder Phase 1 system and you're having any kind of troubles, or you got any questions, or you want to pick my brain on anything, I don't care what it is, just let me know. Send me a message, comment on one of my videos or something like that, and ask me the question. Don't be letting your ego get a hold of you. Be humble. Ask the questions. I can probably help. And if I can't find the answer, I'm sure we can get a hold of Dave. Maybe he'll know. And if he don't know, I'm sure he knows somebody who does. So thanks for watching. Peace.